Stop questioning yourself. You're doing great. You know exactly the path that you're meant to be on. And right now, why you might not be living the life that you want, it's because you're still questioning. You're still questioning yourself, your intuition, and the path that you want to go. Because you're questioning, you can't hear yourself. You can't hear the actual answers that you're meant to listen to. And so right now, I want you to know that it's not the right time to question yourself. It's the right time for you to finally trust yourself and to know that the answers, that the messages that are coming through are correct. How can you do this? How can you actually listen to yourself? It requires you to take space, to cut out all of the noise of other people, the noise of news, of consumerism. So you gotta allow yourself to create space for yourself. You gotta allow yourself to hear yourself by creating physical and mental space. I just came back from a gathering of people at a beach club, and I got reminded again why I like my space. I have taught myself to be able to be with myself and my thoughts, and this is something that took me years, really years, to practice. Because ask yourself right now, how do you feel when you are with yourself and your own thoughts? How do you feel when there's no one that is talking to you or telling you which direction you should go? How do you feel when it's quiet, when it's silent? Today, so many people struggle with that. So many people struggle with just sitting there without their phones and consuming another piece of content. This goes back to you hearing yourself by you creating physical and mental space. And so this takes practice, and this takes time for you to be able to do that and to not fall into anxiety, to not fall into a lot of emotions. And even if those emotions come up, the truth is, when a lot of emotions come up, as you're sitting with yourself, as you're feeling yourself, this is great because these emotions are meant to come up. These emotions are meant to be felt. These emotions are meant to be expressed by you in this very moment. So by you sitting in silence and space and you're feeling a rush of emotions that maybe you don't want to feel, and you're trying to avoid feeling those emotions by you distracting yourself, by watching another piece of content, that is what is actually not allowing you to hear what needs to come through. The emotions that you might feel while you're creating that space for yourself might feel very elevated because you are not used to feeling yourself. But this is something that we should all learn how to practice. And that's why so many people today have problems with addictions or coping mechanisms or finding ways to distract themselves, and then are struggling with anxiety, with panic attacks, with insomnia, with all of those things, because we live in such a fast-paced world where creating space is almost weird. It's something that is not seen that much. It's like, how can we fill every minute of our day to be productive, to be with other people, to do this, to do that, to be busy? But actually, the real wealth, I think, in human beings is when we actually have the space to just be, and not to be busy, but to be with ourselves. And so this is actually what's going to help you heal. It's going to help you heal your emotions, yourself. It's going to help you understand yourself on such a different level. And that is when you will stop questioning yourself. Because right now, these emotions are bottled up. You might be wanting to be on a different path. You might be wanting to live a different life. But because you can't hear yourself, you can't feel those emotions, you're following a path that is not yours, and that's why you're questioning yourself. That's why you're questioning yourself. So when are you doing things that you actually don't want to do, but you feel like you have to? When are situations showing up in your life that you feel like, I don't want this right now, but I tolerate it because I think I have to tolerate this? Where am I saying yes when actually I don't feel like doing it? Where actually I feel like I want to say no? When are you doing that? That is such a powerful way to look at yourself and to connect with yourself on a level where you will stop questioning yourself because you know yourself. So ultimately, it comes down to knowing yourself like no one else does. And when you do, there's no more questioning yourself, because right now you're questioning yourself based on other people's beliefs, people that told you things about you. Your mother, your father, your grandmother, people in your life, your teachers, your friends are telling you things that you think are true about yourself. And so these voices are in your mind, they're consuming you. And that's when the real you wants to come up, you're questioning yourself. yourself, because you're letting their opinions and their beliefs about you dictate your life instead of you dictating your own. So on that note, stop questioning yourself by creating space, allowing these emotions to come, allowing yourself to feel yourself, and you will never question yourself again. If you like this type of content or this video, please let me know down below. Subscribe to the channel, give it a like, whichever way you can support me. This would really, really mean a lot to me. I'm sending you so much love, and until the next one, bye-bye.